Citizen Arcane presents to you the way too early 2025 Spring and Summer Football League Power Rankings.
See, nobody cares. Nice hat.
So first of all, I recently saw a video from Big Boy Sports where he interviewed Arena Football Nation. Those are both great channels and really cover a lot of similar ground, but we come at it from a little bit different perspective. The metrics that we're using today for our power rankings as basically what I think is cool, who I think might actually be have a business plan and making progress in that regard, and the likelihood that I'll get to see a game. So these are all leagues that are playing in the spring or summer, and there's some affiliation or some possibility that I will get to catch a game. Now there's a couple of honorable mentions. I will not be able to catch an ELF game, European League of Football, but they do have a lot of content out there they're putting. There's obviously a lot of English language stuff, which, you know, leads to those questions that the fans have. Can I someday see a game between some of those teams and some of our teams, or of course ultimately that Super League? Same thing with the Liga Football Americano in Mexico. They have a long tradition of American style football, and you know, with the other league that we're going to be talking about in a little bit, the IFA, you know, maybe some of those teams survive, maybe there's mergers going on. Ultimately, the best end game is, will I get a chance to see a game? We will see. Now we're going to get into, I think, the worst, the professional Arena Football Association. It is the Professional Arena Indoor Association. Never played a snap. They do have a website which currently has no information. There is a rumor that the Macon Thunder will play, which would be good for me because that's close to me and I would probably get to see a game. They are also going to be playing in the same facility that the current Macon Mayhem of the Southern Professional Hockey League are playing. And again, since I get to go down that way fairly regularly, I'll probably get to catch a game or two somewhere, but they have to come in at the tail end because...
Oh, really? That sucks. That's...
They have yet to play a snap, and they are definitely in the Alphabet League situation. But if they're going to be playing in real, real facilities that are actually capable of housing a hockey team and an indoor football team, that gets my vote. Now, the Midwest Arena Football League is next on my list, coming in at number 9. Now, there's some credibility there. They have a YouTube channel that has quite a bit of content. Teams like the Tri-City Bucks have played before. They might be playing in the autumn, I'm not sure, but they have some teams from the Great Lakes Arena Football League, and it looks like they're going to have the Indianapolis Enforcers, which have bounced around from a bunch of different leagues. I don't know if they have a facility or not, so I'm not sure if this is one of those leagues that's main intention is to get film for players, or if they are actually trying to get fans in the stands and build something that way. Next up, I do have the Great Lakes Arena Football League, which I thought was sort of their cornerstone team was the West Michigan Ironmen. They do have a website that it doesn't show the West Michigan Ironmen as being on their current league, which leads me to believe that maybe they're going to go somewhere else because they're pretty strong. They've got a fan base, they've got a nice facility, they've spent some money. You can tell that is a team on the move. Whether or not the Great Lakes Arena Football League is or not, I don't know. Next, I've got the American Arena League 2, which I know a lot of people see as just a complete charade. I mean, they've played games under dangerous conditions, but they did house the Wheeling Miners, which are now going to be in the National Arena League. And the Wheeling Miners, I think, did a smart thing in that they played a season in a league like this. I think they probably have their game day operations in pretty good shape. They're moving up to the National Arena League. The National Arena League, infamously inconsistent, but for my purposes, they are definitely moving up the list. because they are making big moves. They're clearly spending money, and we'll spend some time on them in just a little bit. Then I've got the International Football Association. They've played 0 snaps, but there's going to be 3 teams in Mexico, including Cancun, and I'll put the other ones up as well. You know, they've got a nice website. They've got an internet presence. It looks like they're spending money. There's again going to be the Huntsville Beavers, which is going to be close enough to me that I might get to catch a game live. We will see. So I'm giving them credibility, even though they have played 0 snaps. Then we've got the United Football League. They're in season 2 of the merger. So, you know, the USFL had a couple seasons before the merger, 3 seasons before the merger, I think. No, 2 seasons before the merger. Again, the Birmingham Stallions on the field, the best team by far, but not getting 10,000 people in the stands on a regular basis. I've seen them play live, and I do think this outdoor football in the spring and summer is going to be a harder sell for paying ticket-holding fans, just because it's hot. You know, I don't know that, I think that the indoor football leagues have the advantage there just because of the comfort for the fan. We will see. And then, of course, the XFL starting to get some bad press now, some problems with the U.S. Army. They made a deal with Dwayne Johnson.
Hail Satan.
You know, I've never trusted. I just have a feeling that, you know, he's looking for an out, and to, you know, I mean, I know that the initial cost to get the XFL rights was something like $16 million. That's tip money at Applebee's for him. But, you know, maybe it's lost its luster, and who knows? We will see how that goes. Then I've got the Arena Football League. They're going into season 2 after a disastrous start. There's I still think, because there's postings on various social media venues for the Chicago Rush, the St. Louis team, Arizona, but the damage done by Li-ight III may just be insurmountable. We will see if they come back. You know, I don't feel like the Arena Bowl in a mall wound up being as a huge a victory for them as it could have been. I don't know exactly what the idea was, just to, you know, make sure that the game is accessible. So we'll see. We'll see how they come back. We'll see what the investment level is like. Then we've got the Arena League, which, again, you know, the gameplay itself is a little bit off-putting. You know, I don't think there's any such thing as a purist for arena or indoor football. But, you know, they're coming back. They're bringing 2 new teams, the Lumberjacks.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
And the Wise Guys. They had I watched some of the game between the Woo and the Goats, and you know, there was upset. They also tried a couple of outdoor games. So, you know, we will see again how they move forward. But they're pretty high on my list. They're coming in at number 3. Number 2 is the National Arena League. They are going strong. They've got the Columbus Lions, which is good for me. It looks like Todd Walkenhurst, and I apologize if I've mispronounced his name, has got a vision for stability. They have brought in the miners. We've talked about that. They've brought in the Louisiana Rougarou. Hopefully somebody can correct my pronunciation. Looks like maybe the Beaumont Renegades are coming back. It looks like maybe the Crusaders are going to be out there in California, although that seems quite far out of their footprint unless there's serious investment there and they know that the franchisee has got their money in with the league and the travel costs are taken care of all the way. And of course, number 1 for me is going to be the Indoor Football League. I recently saw my first game. It was the Sharks against the Blizzard. It was like old school big money days of the Arena Football League. All of the extra entertainments were there. The value for money was there. It was not a very expensive ticket, as I recall. I think I had 2 tickets and I spent a total of like $85. And then I think my total spend for the evening was just over $100, which, you know, is getting up near the edge where I start to say I want a quality product out of this, but we will see. And so again, thank you for everybody that has clicked. Thank you for those of you who stayed this long. Thank you for everybody that has clicked on our links. We are investing in Citizen Arcane, and very soon, hopefully, we'll be over that 500 subscriber threshold. Please do like and subscribe. I hope I've earned your subscription today. Have a great day, and thank you again.